Hi everyone, in today's challenge we are going to solve this problem. The problem name is word break and the problem number is 139. Alright guys, so first of all what we are going to do, we are going to clearly understand the problem statement. After understanding the problem statement, then we will move to the logic part. And in the logic part we are going to see how we can solve this problem. What is the logic we are going to use to solve this problem. So after understanding the logic part, then only we will move to the implementation part. And in the implementation part, we are going to implement our logic in Python, C++, Java, and JavaScript programming language. Fine, guys. And guys, if you want to have a look on the solution, which I'm going to write in this video for Python, C++, Java, and JavaScript programming language, I will share the link in the description. You can go through that particular link and you can find all the solution, right? Now, guys, let's see what this problem says. So let's understand the problem statement. So problem says what? Let's see. So guys, problem says given a string s and a dictionary of string verdict. So guys, two things we are given. The first input is nothing but we can say string only, and the variable name is s. The second input is nothing but we can say array of string, right? And the variable name is nothing but verdict, word and dict. Fine. So now what we need to do with this input? We need to return the true if s can be segmented into a space separated sequence of one or more dictionary word. So we need to return true if s can be segmented into a space separated sequence of one or more dictionary word. But let me show you in a general way, or let me tell you in a simple word. Simple guys, what we need to do, we need to try to make this string from this word dictionary array. If in simple word we have to say. So we have in example one you can see we have lead code, right? So what we need to do here, we have this word dictionary where lead and code is present. So we need to do what we can use this correct or substring, or we can say this particular element multiple time, right? You can see here we have given note that the same word in the dictionary may be used multiple time in segmentation, right? So now what we need to do here, we need to just use this particular string and we have to try to make s. If we are able to make this s, this lead code from this particular word dictionary, if we are able to make this particular lead code from this word dictionary, then we can say return true, otherwise we are going to say return false. So let's understand this example first in detail, then you will have a better understanding what we need to do here, right? So in s we have nothing but lead code. In s we have lead code, right? In word dictionary we have one is nothing but lead and second is nothing but code, right? Fine. So now we can say nothing but we need to we have to make this s string from this word dictionary array, right? We can use this particular lead code multiple time. It's not like you have to use one time only. Now you can use n number of time, right? That makes sense, right? But we have to make this particular lead code string, right? And how we can make this, let's see in the first example. So guys, first I can use lead, then I can use code, then you can see I got my first thing lead code, right? S. So I am able to make s, I am able to make s from this word dictionary array, right? That makes sense, right? So if you are able to make, then you have to return true, otherwise you have to return false. So this is a simple word, right? So you can see we got output true. Now let's see the second example. Second example we have, let me write a second example. We have apple, then we have pen, then apple, right? Fine. So this is nothing but we have a string. We have to make this string after using all these words, apple, pen, right? So let's see whether we can make this string by using these two words. So first is nothing but apple, then pen, right? So what I can do, I can say simply first of all write apple, then you can write pen, then you can write apple. So I use only this word, right? First I write apple, then I write pen, then again I write apple, because I can use multiple times this particular character, this particular word. Fine. So if I am able to make it, you can see this is nothing but equal to this s string. So we can say we are able to make our s string by combining this particular words which is present in our word dictionary array, right? So we are again going to return true here, right? Now the third example, you can see we have cats and dog, right? You can see whether we can make this string or not. Cats and dog, right? So this is our string and this is string, and we have to make this string by using these five words: cats, dog, sand, and cat. So we have already seen it is not necessary to use all these words, but it is also, and there's one more condition, we can use multiple time, right? So now let's see. First of all, let's say I'm using a cats, then I'm using a uh, and cats, then I have to use something which should be present OG, right? So OG is not present. Otherwise, if OG present, then I can use it and then I can make it as, right. So that means this way is not gonna work. Let's say initially I am picking a cat only, not cat, then sand. Then again I need OG, right? I don't have OG, right? So alright. So you can see, guys, I cannot make this particular string s by using this word, right? So I need to be present OG here, right? Then only we can do. Otherwise, if we come from back side, so we have DOG, right? Dog, right? After that, we need nothing but this particular character, but you can see this is also not present, right? So that means, guys, simple, we can say we could not able to make s string by using this word which is present in our word dictionary, right? So we can say directly return false. You can see output is false. So I hope guys you have understood the problem statement what we actually need to do. Let me summarize the quickly. The first thing in method we are given s miss string. Second is we are given array of string. Third thing in method we have to find whether we can make this s string from this we can say word which is present in our this array of, right. Then if we are able to make this s string from the words, then we are going to return true, otherwise we can return false. And there is one condition, we can use a word multiple time. And second condition, it is not necessary to use all the word which is present in our array. We can use some word only, right. There is no necessity to use all the word, right. Now we have seen this problem statement. Now let's move to the logic part, how we can solve this problem. So let me write here logic, guys. So in logic, what we can use? We can use simple recursion. Right? Nothing else we need to use. We can use a simple recursion. Let me show you how. So I'm going to take a first example. First of all, Leetcode, right? And there is we have lead and code separately. So I have this string. So what my main goal is nothing but to make this string by using our lead code, right? So can we do one thing? We can think about positive or opposite part. We can try to split this in substring into this part, right? So this is nothing but lead, right? Lead and code. So let me see. Let me show you how I'm telling you how we can do this part, right? So what I'm gonna say this is my S string, right? So what we can do here, we can say fine. First of all, break down to all the possibilities, right? From zero index. I'm initially at a zero index, right? Fine. So first of all, I can take either L, only L, or I can take LE as a substring, or I can take LEE, then I can take LEET, then I can take LEETC. The second next part is LEETCO, then LEETCOT, and the last one is nothing but complete string lead code, right? Lead. So you can see guys, from zero index we can get this particular substring only, right? So we are gonna check if L is present in my this array. You can see it is not present. If it is present, then what we had to do? We had to say okay. Now you have to just find eat code, right? You have to just let me show you in different color. Now you have to find eat code. Whether eat code you can make from this word dictionary array or no, right? If L is present, but you can see L is not present, so we're gonna directly return here false. False, right. L is also not present, return false. LW is also not present, return false, right. But now you can see lead is present in our array, fine. So now if lead is present, so what we are going to do, we are going to say find next substring in network code, right. You can see it is code, right. So now you have to try to find whether we can make code from this word dictionary array or no, right. So what I'm going to show, I'm going to do the same thing again. I can say from what is the possible substring we can get? We can get C, CO, COT, and COD complete string, right. And now you can see C is not present in this range, right. So we are going to return false. CO is not present, return false. COD is also not present, return false. But CODE present. You can see this is the last substring in network CODE only, right. So we have to say return true, not return true. Now if COD is present, fine. So we are going to move ahead. We are going to say fine. If COD is present, so let me show me why is my cursor. Fine. If COD is present, so what we can say now, the next string, take next string. So next is string in network empty, right. You can see complete string was COD only, right. So we are going to say empty string. So if we are finding an empty string, so there we are going to return true. So it is true. So this is going to be true. And this, if now we are going to take only one true, right? Out of these all possibilities, if we are getting at least one true, right? So you can see we are getting 3 times false, but 1 time true. That means there is one possibility. Then we can make this true. So we are going to return true. So this is going to return true, right? Now we don't care about all these things whether they are returning false, true, or not. But we got one true, right? So we are going to return directly here true. We will not traverse over there as well, right? We will directly break down here. We will not say that check this as well. So we're gonna say once we go to true. So no matter what we are gonna get next, whether false or true, but we got at least one true. That means there is a one possibility is to make it. Just we are interested to find only whether there is a possibilities or not, whether we can break down or not. We are not interested to get how many time we can break down it, right? How many ways we can break down it, right? So we are going to directly say that return true, right? So this will return true. I hope it makes sense. So simple thing, guys. Just we are using a simple recursion with each possible substring with the zero index, right? Now let's see the implementation part, how we can implement this one. So guys, I'm first of all with the Python. So first of all, guys, you can see here every time we were checking whether LE is present in our word dictionary, LET present in word dictionary. So this is nothing but searching in a backend, right? So when you know whether we have to check whether it is present or not, so we use a set data structure, right? That do our work in a big of one or big of log n. That depend which data structure, set data structure you are using, right? Fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say first of all make a set. So I can say word not dictionary, word set is going to be nothing but set of this word dictionary. Fine. After that, what we are going to do, we are going to define our function, define soul, And in this whole function, we are going to have index. See, here I was showing you with complete string like lead, let, and lead code, but actually we are going to do with starting of index, right? Let me show you what I mean. So if your index is equal to length of s, that means we reach to last of the string. So you can see this is empty string, right? This means nothing but our index is equal to the last we can say length of this particular lead code. So we can say return directly true. Fine. And if it is not equal to that, then means you are going to say all, check out all the possibilities. Then what we can say for I in range of what index to length of this particular string, right? And plus one, I'm doing a plus one. Let me show you why. So I'm doing, say here not index plus one, right? Fine. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to say for I range of index plus one and length of string. So that means nothing but s of this, s of idx till I. This is nothing but we can say this particular thing is going to vary, right? It's going to be initially going to be L, then it's going to be LE, then it's going to be LE, then it's going to be LET, then it's going to be LETC, so lead code. So this is going to be vary, right? So that's why I have done this part, right? And length plus one, why I have chosen a starting from index plus one? Because I want at least one character in my string, right? I don't want to be empty, right? Then you can see we have at least one L. So that means nothing but this initially will give L, and at the end it will give complete string, right? So fine. So what I have done now, I am going to check if this string is present in my dictionary. If s of index of I is present in my word set, yes, it is present. So if it is present, then what we are going to do, we are going to say fine. Now check for the rest of the part, right? You can see if lead is present. So now we have started checking for code, which is the present after this. So we're going to say check for sol with this index, right? Sol of I. If both are true, if this is also true, then you're going to say return true. We don't need to find all the other possibilities. But if it is not true, then you have to find all the other possibilities. At the end, you can say return false. Now let's call sol function with zero index. Now let's see whether it's working fine or not. Return first of all this one. Fine. Now let's try to run this code. I hope it should work, right? And I hope guys it should work. You can see guys all the test case passed. So let's try to submit this code. Simple guys. Here just we are playing with the index, not complete string, which we have seen in the recursion part. And it's gonna give a TLE. You can see we have to memorize it, right? So it's gonna give a TLE. So how we can memorize it in this? We can use a dictionary or we can use a decorator, right? So you can see we got a TLE error. So we can simply you can use a here cache. Why a cache? Cache is nothing but just a simple memorization, inbuilt memorization. But in C++, Java, and JavaScript, we are not going to use a cache. We are going to use a hash map, right? But here we can use it because we have an option, right? So you can, first of all, let's see whether it's working fine or no. So you can see it's working fine now. Let's submit this code. So fine. So you have seen, guys. You can see, guys, it's also got successfully submitted. Simple thing, guys. Just what we have done, we have used I right now. After that, once this lead is completed, so we are going to pass a fourth index, right? That means check from the fourth to the last string. We are not completely passing a string. The simple thing, right? Now let's move to the next programming language, C++. And here, first of all, we need to define a set. So we can say unordered set. And here we are going to say string. And we have to make a set. So we are going to pass over vertical, right? Vertical begin. Vertical. We can simply begin, right? And vertical and fine. Now once this is done, we are going to do one more thing, which is nothing but for memorization. In Python, we have used a cache, but here we can't use, so we have to use memorization, int and bool. And here we can pass give a name dp, right? Fine. Now call this function return. First of all, return also. So we have to call the function where index initially starting from 0, then s, then you have to pass you this word set. So what name you have given? Set. Set is not a name, so you have to say word set. Fine. So we are going to say word set, and then we can say after dp, right? Fine. Let's define this function which is going to return a boolean value. So we can say bool sol, and here we're going to first of all index, then string s, then we can say our this particular word set. So we can simply copy this one and we can paste it here, and we have to take a pass by value, right? And then one more thing, nothing but another map, which is nothing but our dp, right? So this also we can do nothing but copy simple. Fine. And this also pass by value. Fine. So now what we can say, we can say if our index is equal to what? Length of s dot size. Then what we can simply say, return true, right? We reach to the last of the string. But if it is, if we could not able to reach it, then we are going to say check whether it is present in our dictionary dp or not. If dp dot find this index is not equal to what we can say dp dot end. So we can simply return false, not false. We can say return dp of index. Right, that means it is present, so return what the value we have, right? After that, what we can say if it is also not present in dp, then check it for all the possibilities. For int I is equal to index plus 1, I less than index s dot size plus 1, or we can simply say u equal to I less than equal to s dot size and I plus plus, and here we're going to see if our this word set, then what which function we can use to check, we can use a count. If word set dot count s dot substr of index comma I minus index, if it is present in our word set and this next function is also returning a true, sol of I comma s comma word set comma dp, then you can say return true. But before that, before returning true, you have to put in dp. So dp of index is going to be true, then you can simply say return true. But if it is not the case, so check all the possibilities, after that return false. But before returning false, you have to put in your dp. Fine, now let's see whether this is fine or not. So let's see. And yeah, you can see guys, all the test case passed, so let's try to submit this code and let's see. So you can see guys, it's successfully got submitted. Now let's move to the next programming language, which is what we can say Java. And the Java, we are going to first of all make a hash set. So we can set, and what we can pass here, we can pass a string. The name is word set, new hash set, and here we can pass our verdict. Fine, now we have created our set. Now we are going to also say one more thing, that is nothing but dp map. So we can say hash map integer and boolean dp is equal to new hash map, right? Now once we have dp as well, now return our sol function. Whatever sol function will return, that will also be written a boolean value. So return sol, and here we're going to pass first of all index, which is going to be 0, then string, then we are going to pass our word set, then we are going to pass our dp. Fine. Now what we can say, define this function. So we can say go to the top, and here you can say boolean, and here we can say sol int index. So int index, then we can say string complete is right, string s, and we can pass next words, this word set. So we can say set of this string is going to be a word set, and we can pass hash map of integer and boolean or map, right, dp. Fine, now we're going to see if our index is equal to s dot length, then what you're going to do, you're going to say return true, right? We reach to the last of the string. But if it is not equal to true, that means we have to check if dp dot contains key this particular index, then return dp dot get this index. But if it is also not present in our dp, means this map, then we can say fine, go to the all the possibilities. For int is equal to itx plus 1, I less than equal to s dot we can say s dot length I plus plus. Here we can say if our this word set dot contains what contains s dot substring index comma we can say I, and if it is contained as well as this next sol function is going to return true. Sol of we can pass I is as a word set and dp. Then if it is also written true, then only you can say return true. But before that dp dot put, you have to put dp dot put on this index true, and you have to then return true, right? But if it is also not the case, then you have to say dp dot put on this index false and return a false. All the possibilities are not able to return it, right? So fine. Now let's see whether this will be fine or no. And I hope guys it should work, right? Let's see. So you can see guys, all the test case passed. So let's try to submit this code as well, and it will also gonna submit. So you can see guys, it successfully got submitted. You can see. Fine. Now let's move to the next programming language, which is we can say JavaScript. And in the JavaScript, what we are going to do, we are going to say if our s dot find not I. First of all, make a set. So for making a set, we can say const word set is going to be nothing but we can say new we can set, and in set we can pass what, we can pass our word grid, word dictionary. Fine. Now we have passed our set, which that means we are having our word set. So now we are going to make a map as well. So const dp is equal to new map. Now we are going to have a function sol, which is going to have only one parameter index, because all the parameter we are going to use, because they are global, or we can say locally. So fine, we are going to say fine if index is equal to s dot length. So what you are going to return? You are going to return true. But if it is not the case, check whether it is present in our dictionary or not. If it is present in our dictionary, so return that value, right? So if our dp dot has what has this particular index, so return dp dot get index. Fine. But if it is also not present in our dictionary, so what you're going to say, you're going to say fine, move to all the index, all the substring. So for let is equal to I is equal to index plus 1, I less than equal to s dot length, I plus plus. Here we can say if our I we can say first of all if our word set dot has what it has s dot substring, and in substring index comma I, if it is present in our word set and sole function of index plus one of I is returning a true, then only we can say if it is the true, then we can say simply you can say what you can say simply first of all put in dp dot set this on this index true, and after that you can simply say return true. But if it is not the case, so you can say dp dot set on in this index false, and you can simply say return false, and then you can return this whole function with 0. Now let's see whether we have done any mistake here or not. So let's see that part. So you can see guys all the rest is passed, so let's try to submit this code as well, and I hope guys it will also gonna submit. Let's see. You can see guys it also got successfully submitted. So guys we have done the submission with Python, C++, Java and JavaScript programming language. I hope you have understood the implementation. So guys if you have any kind of doubt in the problem understanding part, logic part, implementation part, then you can write in the comment section. I'm always there to help you. And if you learn something new in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel. Meet in the next video.